What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today, we're going to be looking at
A couple of hands, all cards face up, and then we're going to do a custom solve with Josh's super toy. All right, so let's see. From last time, who didn't get to go? Let's do Ryan and then Rob. So, Ryan, you have 10 jack suited in the big blind. Let's see what the action is.
Right.
Three and a call.
Okay. Um, there's so there's small blind calls as well.
Yeah.
A little tricky. I mean, I'd say probably call,
Yeah, there's
but I
probably.
could see actually folding this sometimes with two people call.
I
Like,
think
again,
we
Let's
don't
take a look. I
fold.
don't think you're ever going to fold this. The question is whether you are going
oh,
to, how often you raise it. I don't think you're ever folding, but I don't know. I haven't. Let's take a look at this one real quick. Here we go.
but
So we're going to
Are we in the
three.
small blind?
One of the
So
big blind.
big
You've
blind.
got
the
a
big
lot
blind.
of implied odds here,
We're in the
so
big
you
blind.
don't
Oh,
There we go.
okay then.
All
you
right.
I
don't
was gonna
really want to
say,
fold, I don't think.
Okay.
well, we have one capped range in front of us, but we have an EP open. Do we want to squeeze more or
Hijack.
less there?
We have a hijack open. So against a hijack open, the big blind straight up with Jack 10 suited loves to call.
Yeah,
Right.
no, definitely.
Right now, the
But
call,
the small blind
call luckily
called.
comes from the small blind, so we're still in position. And the Jack 10 suited
Oh,
never folds,
actually,
never folds,
okay.
and a little bit of raising. If it comes from the button where we're out of position against two people, we always we do lots of raising.
Right.
Do a cutoff open small blind call.
You want to do cutoff?
Want to see a cutoff open small blind.
Okay. Cutoff open,
It should be
small
three
blind
betting more.
call, very similar. Oh no, lots of
Yeah, we should be three
not
betting like
strong. We
crazy
three
from
bet
there.
these. And then here with the button call, now we only three bet it. Okay.
Right.
So calling is not
But
wrong. Likes three betting. I expect it's me, and I'm just gonna call.
but
Oh
I
no!
mean,
Ooh,
Oh,
Get in.
monster!
No,
but
that's
Monster!
like the
great.
hijack with the small blind call, it did prefer the call. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it does
but
both.
what did you look? Did you look to your left? Did you see something in his stats that said we can three bet more here?
Yeah,
I don't
his
think so.
his stat. That's exactly the player I would squeeze here.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's got 28. He's got a three bet of 20. Yeah, he's kind of active. And this guy is this guy's we've got 19 hands on him, so yeah, he's active. And the fact that this guy's hasn't played a hand doesn't make me think that I need to worry about him. I'm gonna have position against him if he calls, and he wasn't strong enough to raise from the small blind anyway. So uh well,
and
we're
then
over.
okay,
Ooh.
and then
His
you
four
get
bet is
jammed on.
0.
So we're done with that. And
Yeah,
this is
so
what
you're folding, right?
God, yes. Oh yeah, there's no way in hell I'm not even gonna ask you. And this is what you're up against.
You had a
Right.
lot of equity there. You should have
So
called.
let's talk about if he played his ace as well. What do you guys think? Did he play his ace as well?
No.
No.
He
Yeah,
played
I
his
don't
ace
think he
well
did.
against somebody other than me, who doesn't have the Jack 10 suited here.
What?
If
I don't think we smooth call against two people.
no, you should
I don't
just
think that makes sense, but the question becomes, what size should he use here? It does
Well,
like a smooth
how about
call.
some 31?
Oh no, this is heads up. You get smooth calls here. Heads
Oh,
up.
okay. No, this isn't raise. This is
Raise,
raise,
call.
call. Then I come in
No.
re-raise. He does some smooth calls.
Oh, he
Check.
does have smooth calls.
that's because in theory the other guy's probably never supposed to call.
Yeah, when he calls,
And I
He's got
mean, like,
slivers.
Exactly. He has almost no calling range, so he should be able to get heads up.
yeah.
but I mean, like with aces, you want the other guy to still be in there mostly.
No, you do not.
No, you want to be heads up. You'd like to be heads up. You don't if he does call and you put the money in, that's okay. That is not your goal.
I mean, you have the best hand you can have, and like
It's
if you
also
can
one
get money
pair.
from two people, that
No,
would be
here's
better.
let me show you why. Let me just show you. We'll just do this once.
What are
Okay,
you calculating?
right. Poker Cruncher. Okay, I'm not even gonna give the other people a reasonable range, just.
But you're
So,
actually, yeah, you're putting this is also best case scenario. That guy has a low suited ace that he calls with.
yeah, exactly. So let's just look at this. So aces against 2 random hands, 73% to win. Aces against 1 random hand. Okay, reset all. Ace ace against 1 random hand. That is 85. Now, the other guy put money in, so that's fine. But you're not trying to play multi-way with aces. You're trying to get money put in, and if he puts in more money, fine. But you're not doing anything to try to keep the second guy in.
But
Now,
the solver is kind of
the
right.
solver, yeah, the solver's happy with it. So, but I was saying it was speaking about your goals there. But yep, the solver's happy to do it. But look at but he also only keeps in this many hands. The guy,
Mm.
let's see what is this guy calling?
Mm.
32% of the time. No, 32. Oh, I'm wrong. I know. Everything I just said was wrong. He's calling 32% of the time, knowing that he's going to call 32% of the time. The solver doesn't mind having another person in there. Okay, I'm just wrong. Ignore everything I said.
Is the reason the reason it will call with ace queen suited and not ace jack and ace 10 suited is that just because it's less likely to be dominated? I mean, because they can all
It's
have
the
the
best.
straight potential,
Probably.
right?
It's the best suited ace
Yeah.
he has. If you're going to call with some suited ace, it's the very best
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, I guess that's the way to
Had
put
ace-
it.
If we had
It's the
his king,
top of his range.
yeah. If we had
It's
ace
the
king
very,
or
very
king off,
top of his
old ace
his,
queen.
his calling range, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and then all these other hands, these pairs are all essentially
Set mining.
set mining, except jacks are the top of his pairs.
Yep. Okay. And if he had gone 30, and if he had gone to the 31 like that, and the small blind had folded, which he would, then we fold our jack 10 suited
Yeah.
and we go broke with our jacks and our ace king. We get killed. But with jack 10 suited, we would have been fine. All right. There we go. Up next is Rob, if Rob is still here.
I'm here.
All right, Rob, here we go. King jack and the low jack. What would you like to do?
Oh, I'm up. Yeah, 2.5.
All right, let's do it. We get called. We get called. We get called.
Oh god.
No, terrible.
Funny. All right. Goes check to us. 2 players behind. What do you want to do?
2 to go. Let's check. Oh, sorry, Rob's up. So,
Yeah, no, I'd have a check with 3 people.
All right.
all
Let's
right,
do it.
Rob.
Let's do it. There we go. Checked around. He bets 8.
Why is he betting 8? Let's see here. Oh, I might fold this. Or I might just call it. I mean, I don't know.
I don't think a fold is a crime. I would call more with the jack of hearts than without the jack of hearts. So if I'm going to call sometimes,
Right.
let's make
Right.
the outsider.
I
What is,
think we want to call here multi-way. So our hand goes up a lot in value multi-way when we're drawing the nuts. It's the precarious nuts, right? We
Yep.
really hate the ace of hearts, but when we're drawing to nutted combos, our value goes up multi-way, right?
Right.
Yes.
What
Right.
is villain?
But we're
What
not
is
closing
villain
the action.
nine's HUD? I
true.
can't see that. Is he like is he aggressive or
Oh, villain 9. He's
yeah?
playing too many hands. We only have 5 hands on him. We have no info.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, these are all 5 hands. We have 5 hands on everybody. This is early on. We know nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess I don't know anything, but like the guy who bets kind of aggressive, so maybe it's stupid, but I think I'd call and see a river. I don't want to just start dumping money. What if he's gonna go crazy with? What if he has a flush draw? I don't know. I guess I shouldn't do what ifs, but calling seems appropriate. Tell me
I
why
don't.
I'm wrong though.
No, you're not. I don't hate the call at all. The reasons not to call are $8, 8 into 11. You know the size,
Right,
and you're
right,
who can raise behind you. But of
right.
the two who can raise behind you, neither of them decided to bet the flop. So
That's what
they're
I
not
thought.
thing that aggressively. So I think you can. I think that this is not a bad call here at all. So we call. They both fold. Let's get there or have him check and let's bluff. Let's see what it is. We did not get there. And now comes the fun. He checks. What would you like to do?
What would get him off? Uh, is 36 too high? Or
So what do
too?
you? It depends. Let's be really specific about what we want to get him to fold. So what is his range here? He's got
He
several.
he could have been going for a straight draw, a flush draw. I guess a little less with the and the straight because we're blocking a lot of that. Well, if you're allowed to say that, but we're
No,
blocking
sure,
some of
sure you can say. Yeah,
that.
but he can have a straight draw. He can have a straight. He can have an 8-9 straight draw that we
Right,
don't
right.
block. He can have an 8 queen that we. You know, you can have. I'm sorry, 8 queen. You have an 8-9 that we don't block. He can have the 9 jack that we block a little bit. He can have the jack king that we block a lot. He can have the ace jack that we block a little bit. You can have the ace king we block a little bit, but probably not with the fact that he didn't raise pre-flop. But he's got some straight draws and he's got some flush draws on the draw side, right?
Right.
So some of his straight draws and flush draws have an ace in them.
Right.
What do we need to bet to get
Is
that?
that really the range we're putting him on? Is just a busted?
No. We're starting
Oh,
it. He has some draws. Then we're going to go to
okay.
his made hands in a second. But he has some
Okay.
draws. Of his draws, some of them, a lot, the flushes can have an ace in them. So
Absolutely.
I wouldn't feel great about saying that King Jack has showdown value here and checking
No,
behind. It's
no.
not a crime because we beat 8-9 and we beat
Sure.
9 we beat 9-6 of hearts that he might bet, right? We beat those. But I would like to get the aces to fold. How much is it going to cost you to get an ace to fold?
20, maybe.
Maybe 14.
Man, people
I mean,
call so yeah.
yeah.
Um,
If you had a set of deuces here somehow and you thought he had ace high, how big would you bet to get him to call? 10?
oh,
You
10,
get
15.
by
Yeah,
ace?
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, if I really wanted to call.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Right. So I think
Also, he could re-raise it too then because I'm going that low if I
right.
have a set to deal with that.
Yeah, right.
So I'm kind of hoping for that as well, maybe.
Yeah.
Um,
So if we're trying to get the ace to fold,
right.
anywhere from 13 to 20 is going to be, we think an ace is going to fold. You choose your number. Now, let's look on the made hand side. What do we
Right.
think he has on his made hand side?
He could have literally just hit. He bet on the turn, right?
He bet on the turn, but he was
Yeah.
out of position on the flop.
Right. Um, that's true. That's true. He could have just checked in and now he's trying to get some money into it. So I mean, he could have trips of some sort, maybe like you said, even on the flop because he was out of position on the flop.
If you're here with a
How
set,
often does a set check the river?
nobody checks it. Nobody, if you're here with a
With
set,
4 people behind you?
no, but it's the river. Look at this.
It's the
So
river.
on
No,
the
There's
no,
only
flop-
two
no, on the
behind.
flop, on the
No,
turn.
the floppy checks. The floppy checks, hoping I
Right.
bet. Then he bets and gets one call. I don't look very
Oh, the
strong.
other two. Oh my gosh. We were
Yeah.
going back and forth so much. I didn't even realize the other two fell off. Oh my.
Right,
Okay.
right. Yeah,
Okay.
we are saying he has no sets and no two pairs here. And remember, when we say no, it's the poker asterisk. He has very, very few. So we simplify in our
And
mind
almost no queen X.
and almost no queen X.
Right.
All of
Right.
that
Because
is in.
he wasn't protecting the queen at all.
His
Um,
his made hands are tens and sevens, maybe
yeah,
fives.
yeah.
So you get to do, so now I ask you the question, how much would you have to bet to get a 10 or a 7 to fold?
I don't. Maybe if it's too much, but I'm gonna go back to my 35 bet.
Okay, fine. So 35 gets a 10 and a 7 to fold. I agree. By the way, I also think 32 does, but I'm going to go with 35. So
Okay, I
15
wasn't
to get
that
an
far
ace
off
to
then.
fold, 15 to get an ace to fold, 35 to get a 10 or a 7 to fold. Therefore, this
Sure.
is an important thing. Here are the three good decisions that you can make. Check back because you have some showdown value with your king. Bet 15 to get an ace to fold or bet 35. But no other numbers are good.
Right.
Everything else is the Valley of Brian. So, of those three, which are all good, which one do you want to do? Choose one.
Well, if I was in a scared mood, I would bet 10, and if I got 3 bet, be out of there.
Well, what was you folding to three bets? All right. So, which one do you want to do? You got check 15 and 35. Those are your sizes. Or check 20 and 35. I think you said 20 for an ace to fold. I say 15, but you say 20. So what are
Yeah,
we going
well,
to do?
15. Yeah, 15, 20. Well, you know
Yeah.
what? If it's 20, I would say let's go 20 then. If we're
All right.
bumping it from 15 to 20, that's yeah.
All right. I decided I want to get the
Oh,
10 to fold.
all right. Well, yeah.
Let's see what he
That's
had.
that's where I was initially.
Nothing. Didn't matter.
Right, right.
Monster draw on the turn.
So if it was 15 or 20, well, no,
He folds too.
he wouldn't have called that either, though. Yeah.
Folds everything. Yeah, we didn't know. But
It's
I
15
funny,
or
like we
20.
kind of went where I said initially, though.
yes, but I went where we said, but the thought process is I want to is that specific thing. What do we need to get? What is his range and what do we want to do about it? His
Right.
range is some 8-9 that we can check behind. We mentioned that hand. We didn't say 8-9 of hearts, but it went,
Yeah,
wow.
that's pretty good.
Well, that's pretty good.
Don't
And
I
then some
don't like it.
aces. You don't like his play?
Your play.
Or you don't like the bet? Okay. Tell me
Because
why.
how hard is it when we take this line? It's gonna be pretty hard to get them to fold like 10x and stuff like.
Even at
You don't think
36?
you don't think he's folding 10x?
I mean, it's just that we didn't remember
We
one. We
didn't.
don't expect him to bet 10x here a lot into 4 players or 3 players, so I wouldn't give him a ton of that. So like we're not
Okay.
really targeting a lot of.
Okay.
So
So what
at
does he got?
best, I think we're gonna have like
Feel like he's folding?
ace five suited, and then
Okay.
queen x is like his made hands are like ace five suited.
Okay. And do you see
Oh, is that
a
reasonable?
lot?
I think.
Do you see a lot of queen X here on this check
I
on the
think that
river?
there can still be some queen X here that checks
Okay.
on the river,
All
but
right.
I think and I think it's going to be hard to get queen X to fold with the line that we've taken.
Right.
It's going to be kind of hard. So I would
Fair.
say like we can probably only take the small size.
Gotcha. So go to the 15 to get the 5 to fold or the 7 to fold.
Yeah, I mean 7, even 7. Like how much? What does he have? What's 7 bets to turn? Like a flush draw? I mean, he doesn't have any of those. He can't have that. So it's 5x, right? And then he
Yeah.
doesn't have a lot of 10x that bets into 3 players for a big size. So we're not. I think that the big size isn't great here. I think it's going to be hard to get a lot of hands to fold when we take these lines.
Fair enough. So I agree with you. Here's an argument against it, and then everybody gets to decide which is more important, which is I believe that in real poker, the following thing happens a lot. I bet
Mhm.
36. He says the words out loud. I know you're bluffing. You would
It's
never
true.
bet 30. I know you're bluffing. You'd never bet 36 if you had a queen here. But I'm going to let you have it this time
This happens. This happens
because
all the time when I play.
because
Is I
it's
know
30
you're
right
bluffing, but I'm not calling you.
because it's 36 because I only have a 10. But the day that I have a queen, I'm going to fuck you. And it's like, great, you don't have a queen on this line ever. Right? I
Yeah.
mean, we see that. So your
I
argument
mean,
is
live
true.
poker, not many players are checking a queen on the river once they bet the turn.
Yep. So
But not many are betting a 10.
yeah,
So, and not many players are, and they're not folding their queen here if they do check it, right?
right. So this is definitely a bad size against you who can say you have nothing in their value side to support this except some weird pocket twos.
Yeah, that'd be
They're-
the hand that I would be sitting here like, what the fuck? Did he just hit a
yeah,
set of twos or something?
right. Yeah. This is the one that makes no sense. And so you will call me because it makes no sense. Or you will say, yeah, but population doesn't bluff, and you'll fold. And then I'll go, phew, because I was.
Yeah, that's true. Unless I might fold because of that.
Right, exactly. So those are the problems with it, and you've correctly identified it, and I gave my reason of why I think it's valid, and I think your argument is actually better, and I think the 15 was the better. I think I should have been trying to target a 5 and a 7 and not a 10 because my bet's believable with a 10. I should have bet the size that I would bet with a 10 to get a 7
Well,
or
we
5.
we just don't think he has a lot of 10 anyways.
Yeah, that's
Like
why I think it's better. Okay.
like 10-9, I guess. No, not even 10-9 because that's not even a straight draw too.
All right. Paul, you are up if you want a hand.
Can I ask a question about this one?
Yes.
What about betting the flop? Like, you didn't bet the flop, you
I
just
could have
checked. But
I had two players
like
behind
say,
me.
yeah, but if you say you had king queen or ace queen,
Yep.
would you check those as well?
I would probably bet them. I probably
If
would bet them. I would choose
if
some checking.
if you checked here and the guy next to act, what is he? Jack bets small, and then it folds to you. Are you gonna check raise? Because that's why I wanted to check. Is that it's great to we get to see it's great to see a turn for free if it checks through, and if somebody bets small and starts to try and attack.
Yep.
And I don't get a bunch of calls, but if everybody else calls, then I'll just call behind it.
Yep. I wouldn't check raise two people.
Yeah, no, just one.
And I don't know that I would check raise this guy as much as I would check raise the button. I would check raise the button
Yeah.
more than I check. Yep. All right. Paul,
Okay.
you get king queen suited, and it is raised to you. What would you like to do with king queen suited in the big blind?
I think I'm calling there.
All right, let's do that.
First under the gun.
All right, here we go. You flop top pair. Sorry, Brian. All right, what would you like to do?
Check.
All right, we check. He checks
Good board
behind.
for the.
All right, here we go. We are happy with any card that isn't an ace. We're not even, I mean, okay, so there's the diamond.
He
What
does
would you
have some flush draws there. I imagine he checks back, but I'd probably lead small.
like? Okay. Lead small.
Uh,
I led big.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what happens. He calls. All right. So now is the moment, we could have said now what is his range mostly, but now is the time we definitely want to ask, what do you think his range is here?
Some tens, maybe weak queens
Mhm.
and flush draws. Oh,
Yeah. Bunch of
backdoor
singleton
flush draws.
flush.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Good. So I agree. Now let's see. We don't know what we want to do about it till we see the river.
Does have tens, a lot of tens there.
Yeah.
I
So against the range you just said, flush draws, some tens, and weak queens. What does your hand want to do?
think you either go small or check.
I think, yeah. Against the range you just said, you love a check because flush draws are giving you no money, but might bluff. And you got to suss out the bluff size. Tens are never folding.
Mm.
And the weak queen, is probably going to check behind. Maybe not, but you, so that's where you give up your value is against the weak queen. So I check.
Nines and jacks probably as well, I guess.
Yeah. Give up your bet, but they're probably folding. You probably got your value.
Yeah.
Okay. He bets 10. Awesome. You made your life hard, but you maximize your chance. What do you believe about that bet?
The 10 at a 14, it looks like value, but I think we just have to call with a queen, king queen.
So I think that I don't claim that he's bluffing. I claim that this size is often bluffed. This is the size that is big enough to get a fold, but not so big that they're risking too much money.
He's
And
just probably, if it is a bluff, yeah, he's trying to get like my ace,
Yep.
ace X of diamonds
We're
to
expecting
fold.
a call. And let's see. It is most definitely not a bluff.
Well, there you go. He does have, yeah.
There you go. And
But
in a way that surprised us.
yeah, but I still, in general, I think against his range there, like you say, is that's the way to play it. I think.
Yep. And
The
now
the betting larger on the turn. I'm not sure on that. You say that you bet larger. I bet smaller when the flush draw comes in.
Totally valid. Totally valid to bet small there.
Yeah.
All right. And we
Okay.
revised our statement about him that when I thought he bets a lot of his flush draws. Look at what he's got. He's got a combo draw with a flush draw, and he doesn't bet.
Maybe his hand's too strong. He didn't want to get check raise. Although his head's that strong. If he gets check raise, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're getting check raised there, you're just saying, all right, I guess we're playing for everything.
Yeah,
Right.
true.
All right.
True.
Now,
Yep.
Melanie, I give you a hand. Welcome.
Hi.
Hiya. All right. You got 8-9 suited. Ooh. And it's limped, and then a stupid size raise off the limp. What would you
Okay,
like
well,
to do?
then I would call.
I think so too. We don't hate a raise here, but I like a call better.
Yeah.
The reason to raise is all the reasons that 8-9 suited would raise against the button, right? And they become slightly magnified because of this guy. Then his one big blind is dead money against a raise and a re-raise. Those are the reasons to raise. The reasons to push to you to call is some of his crappy button opens that the 8-9 suited wants him to have when it three bets him. He doesn't have, because he doesn't raise the same range to 2.4 on the button that he would with this call here. There's some real garbage that he wouldn't do this with, that the button would open. For example, just to remind us, what is a 2.5 button open range? Oh my God. Here we go. Buttons opening range at 2.5. I don't think there's a lot of 6-4 suited. He's going to 2-4, Jack 4 suited, Ace 3 up, all this garbage that would fold to my 3-bet immediately. I don't think he has a lot of that after the limp. He either limps them behind or he doesn't play. So I think this becomes a better call for the same reasons as you. And then we expect him to come in, and now we have to play out of position to 2 people, which sucks, but we have a suited connector, and that's not bad.
Okay.
All right.
I would now proceed with a check.
Oh, I love it. And they check around, which I also love.
Very good. Okay, I think now we have to do the work ourselves. The question is, though, how much? Because if somebody has a pair or if somebody has a king, I mean, if they have a king, they will not fold and we could bet big. If they have a lower pair, like a 2 pair, or maybe they have a 10, or maybe they have a 5. How much would... I think we shouldn't do more than like maybe 60% to 70%. It's not yet so much money in the pot, so that's what I would...
That makes sense. Now, do we believe villain 14 has almost any kings right now?
I mean, he could have opened with a suited king that he didn't want to limp.
Right. And then do this on the flop?
Yeah, that's dumb, actually.
Right. So and he can't have
king.
a king and spades both. That's impossible. So we think that villain 14 has almost no kings. So let's say he has no kings.
Then
can villain 13 have a king as played?
A suited one. Yeah.
I think he can have a king.
I mean, like a low, like king four suited
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah. He limps a king, and then he gets clever. And because remember, this is the pre-flop raiser, so he checks into the pre-flop raiser, and he doesn't want to turn his hand face up. So villain 13 can have some king. Villain 14 has no king with the poker asterisk. So when we bet here, we are really trying to get called by a 10, a 5, and some pocket pairs, right?
Yeah.
So I agree with you on our size. And I went this size.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
There's a call.
villain 14. Oh, also call. Okay.
That's a surprise. All right. So
Interesting.
what are their ranges that you put these guys on now? And at the end, we're going to see how accurate this is. So what ranges do you put these guys on?
The likeliest probability is that they have two pair.
Mhm.
They could have a lower flush. They could have an ace of spades with something else. They could have broadways unsuited that to complete.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I would push those down a bit because
Mhm.
because you have to call with remember all the Broadway, well, the Jack Queen is a gotcha, is open-ended, you're right. But you're calling a straight draw on a board that's already flushed and already paired. So I would push a little bit down on their Broadways, but they still could have some, absolutely. All right. Now let's
Yeah,
see what the
that's
river,
true.
because if the river is a spade, we are going to hate this. And if
Yes.
the river is a 10, we are going to hate this. We also don't like a
Okay.
king, but we love a 3. All right.
Yes.
All right. So we still
Now,
use them the same way. Somebody's got the ace of spades out here, and somebody's got maybe a 10 or a pair or a pocket pair.
yeah. So I guess
Ace of
at that
spades is
point,
full.
yes, ace of spades will anyway fold, so we don't need to care about them. The sizing that we have to think about is now for the person who has the two pair
Right.
and what they would call. And it's
Ready?
22 blinds in the pot.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay. I'll see you in 2 minutes. Bye.
Mhm.
Okay. So we're gonna
Okay.
finish the hand. So I will see you guys, but we're gonna finish Mel's hand here. Let me
Yes.
make
So
the
I
vote.
think more than half pot is probably unrealistic
I agree.
from a purely exploitative perspective.
Yep. And I'm gonna go this specific. Villain 13 has a 10. Villain 14 has a good high spade. That's how specific I'm gonna get. We don't know that, but I'm gonna simplify the range and aim at that. And so a 10 is gonna call 10, maybe 8 big blinds.
Yeah.
That's why I don't know where that came from. Oh my God.
He anyway goes.
Oh wait, no,
Great.
because villain 13 can have a king. Villain 13 can still have king. This is
Oh
not
yes.
that.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
Right,
then we can
right.
go. Yeah, larger.
Yes. And a worse flush too.
What the
Or what we
hell?
also, yeah, or the worst flush, which was
Right.
still
Now,
in there. Yeah.
and there's the hand we wanted.
The Broadway.
The high spade, and the straight draw to go with it. Cool. All right. Bye everybody.
Hey, Scotty, are you here tomorrow?
I am probably tomorrow is the same as today. Like some of it, but it's daylight savings and I'll get it right tomorrow and I'll open the room at the right time.
Just one quick question about the timing, because today I was here at what I believed was my correct time, which is like 5:15 p.m. Central European time. But I was in a very long period in the waiting room. And so I wasn't sure if I did something wrong or in which time zone you start. So I
Scotty
can
did
check
something
my-
wrong.
Scotty is also in Europe, but he didn't realize that the time zones would be like wouldn't match up. So we ended up meeting in Discord with a few people for the first hour.
Melanie, we should get you in our Discord messaging group.
Yes, that would be great.
That is
Melanie,
my Discord name, or you can use Andy's, whatever. Just send us a message, or you
I
can.
just put my Discord name in the group chat, and that goes for anybody who's not in our study group chat on Discord. Send me a private message right now, and I will add you into our chat.
Great.
Josh, are you around?
Yep.
Josh, you want to do a custom solve today?
Yeah, sure.
So why don't we look at a custom solve, and then Mike has volunteered kindly to do some more ignition hands, so we can do that after. We have a schedule for the next two rounds.
Ooh. Unless does anyone have hands of their own they need looked at or want looked at?
Well, let's do the custom solve and go from there now. So the one I would think would be interesting would be a common situation live, and something we all see is, let's say cutoff opens, we 3-bet, and then we get a flat behind, a cold call, if you would, behind in the big blind. And then for simplicity, we'll see the initial opener folded. What is their range and how do we play it? That I think is a unique spot we're not going to see in solvers. So why don't we give that a shot, and then we'll go from there.
Yep. Yep. Okay. So just tell me what you want.
All right. So let's just do cutoff. Let's go cutoff opens.
Is this how many big blinds
We'll
how
do
deep
100 big blinds just to keep
Yeah.
to get our baseline.
Okay.
All right. Cutoff opens.
Yeah.
Small blind 3-bets. And now we don't see it here because it doesn't exist. What we're going to do is
Big blind cold calls. No.
yeah,
sorry.
big blind cold calls. And then we're going to sort the range and then how we go forward, because it's kind of an interesting range that they're going to do this with. All right. Call, and then we'll go to the, okay. And now we have to add, now it gets interesting. Okay.
Do you not want to go just the GTO ranges?
This is, we can start with this, but we have to add big blind. So I think we have to add player here. See where it says add player?
All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I didn't know you could do it.
And then
Right.
on the
They
right,
are out of
I
position.
don't,
This is a big blind, right?
yeah, out of position +1. I guess that'll work. What happens if you hit the drop down for his label? What does it say?
There.
That drop down, yeah. Just put him in big blind. That'll make it easier to understand. And then let's
Okay.
just make this heads up. We could do multi-way post pop, but just keep it simplified. Why don't we X out cutoff?
All right.
Get rid of
Yeah.
cutoff. Now, so now we're playing in a 3-bet pod at a position against a flatter behind. So, well, first we'll go to our range, our 3-bet range. What do you guys think? Think this is realistic? That's a
I
GTO
mean,
3-bet
personally, I know I
range.
should, but I don't tend to free bet the pocket sixes. But I know people do.
Let's make this a little bit more linear. Let's like pull out like eights and below, and the suited connectors, and king queen off.
King queen off. Yeah.
And then maybe we'll pull out like ace 8 off, ace 8 suited, and king 9 suited.
Yeah. I mean, they can call almost like and king 9. I suppose king 9 is.
king 9 suited.
You know,
we'll pull.
it depends on the player. Like if they're really if they just keep opening, yeah, I'll free bet that. But if it's just standard.
Yeah.
Let's
just pull out king 9 suited.
They normally just limp anyway.
And 6-5 suited. Okay. All right, now it gets interesting. Let's go to the big blind range.
Like that, ace jacks. Like I'd rather free bet that, But anyway, okay.
I don't think we free bet that much because it has really bad reverse and blind odds.
Okay.
All right, now let's go to the interesting part, which is the big blinds range. All right, now,
Yeah.
what does this dude flat behind? Three bet. So
Like queens.
we could probably,
like
well, we could start by clicking on one of our saved ranges. So if you,
aces, they do that.
yeah, yeah. So if you click on three bet calling range and load that range, it's one of your, that'll give us, now we got a starting point. I think it's going to be a little, I think they're not going to,
Ace king for sure. They do. I mean, people do such weird stuff.
yeah. So I think this is wider. I think this has got like, I'd give him all the city connectors here.
You would? Okay.
Yeah, I think
From a
this
small
player
blind free
class.
bet should be quite a big free bet. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this
Yeah.
is not a range that exists in real life, but we're trying to sort it. So, and then he's got like 9-8 suited.
What range
the
are we
worst one,
building
right?
right now?
This is a three bet. This is someone who's cold calling in the big blind a three bet from the small blind.
A three bet from, and then, so the original raiser was from somewhere in the field.
Yeah, and he folded. We're heads up against a flatter. We're trying to sort what range is
Okay,
realistic.
so it went raise. We're in the small blind. We three bet. Big blind has, and now we're trying to decide what the big blind range is.
Now we're trying to find what the big blind flatting range is to our three bet behind. I think we
Like
can
that.
I think we can pull
You
out
think?
kings and queens. Let's make
Okay.
them a little bit
Like,
more tapped.
I mean, I've seen people do
Jacks,
that.
jacks, tens, and nines.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love that. They don't know what
Yeah,
to
I
do
think
with
you like
jacks.
this.
They
Ace queen, ace jack, ace ten
Let's give
suited.
him 9-8 suited.
that's the worst one, right?
Yeah, and then do we want to give him some suited ace X that he shouldn't be anywhere near, or do you want to just go with this? Can we give him like half weight, like ace 9, ace 8? Just to make him more fishy. And
Yeah.
Alex,
Yeah, I've definitely seen that in my games.
yeah, that looks good.
All the ace suited.
That looks good. I think this is a good range. All right. Okay, so we'll
I mean, okay. I've seen them do this. You know, these OMCs. You know, they
yeah.
they'll do that
Yeah,
one.
definitely
you know.
queen. So yeah.
All right, that's fine. Let's go with this. Now let's fool around with different flops.
Okay.
Okay, so well, we need to make sure we have the right we didn't check stack depth. What's our stack depth?
100 big blind.
Okay. All right. So let's start with a A7-2. Let's start with a dry texture and we'll look at some different textures. So A7-2. Let's start with A7-2. And let's first, well, what's interesting, it wants to bet big. Yeah. In this texture, it autos to a big bet. We give it like a 25, 75, 125 bet size. I think it might use the small size when we give it some. It might not on this texture.
What was it? 125.
25, 75, 125. Yeah, I'd pull out the 66 because it's too close to the 75. Yeah, perfect. Now it likes to range bet. This is what we saw the other day. Can we look at range versus range? Can you click on the ranges tab? So this is not as dramatic as what we saw yesterday when we were the ISOing a limper, but we can still see we're out of position and we've got a massive range advantage here. We're not as dominant as we were against a limper, but we are still doing really well. All right. That looks good. So We range, and notice once we give it the small sizing, it does like, I wonder why it goes, does it ever, once we give it the small sizing, it's supposed to be small. That's interesting. It doesn't use the B7.
So it doesn't like the 75% because it's too big, right? Too.
Maybe, but it's not that different from 66. You can give it a 66 and see if it uses it. That's the size it wanted to go with. Yeah, it's interesting that it chose the 66 as what it would default, and then it was mixing.
Yeah, I don't understand that. What was it?
More about the
I
AI.
can't remember what it chose.
It just
Can you
really likes
reset
to
it?
use the small bet. But that makes sense from what we know about theory because yeah, it just likes to use that size. That makes sense from what we know about theory that it likes to use a small bet frequently though.
What was it? 25. I'm still trying to understand the solver. Yeah. So
It likes to use the
why is it?
25, but it makes sense because it's got a massive range advantage.
But why didn't it just pick that size? So it's not automatically choosing the
I don't think
size it
that.
wants.
I think we'd have to understand how the AI functions more to understand why it's choosing 66 and then mixing checking that. It might, but then when we give it 25, it just discards a 66. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Let's run through this line a little bit, and then maybe we'll give it a different texture.
You want to
So
do it based on a. Has anyone got a hand where this happened? We could, like a real hand. We could base it on.
yeah, they're hard to
I
find.
think it can't use the bigger size because you haven't got any sevens or twos in your range. Absolute nuts. Only aces. Whereas
Yeah,
you
I
have
mean,
a
we've got a
mid-range
clear range
advantage.
advantage here.
Advantage is why you bet a lot, but you can't bet large because of lack of sevens and twos.
Well, I think it's more that we have
Whereas,
this range advantage, right? So our whole range is ahead of his range. You can see if you look at this
yeah,
linear equity graph. So once our range is this
So have they got the
this
nut
much more
advantage?
dominant, we're going to bet small and frequently with our entire
mm.
with all our cards. Now let's give it another. Let's look at what range we gave him. So if we look at the range we gave him here, what would be a hand that? So he has the most queen X. So just out of curiosity, make it like queen 7-2 now. Rainbow. Let's see if it changes what we did. He's defending, or he's whatever he's doing. He's flatting a lot of queen X. Queen 7-2, and then we'll. And now, what do we do different? It still likes to use it defaults to 66. But let's give it the same betting pattern we did before, which is 25, 75, 125. See what it does.
$175.
25, 75, 125.
It hasn't got it.
Looks like it's mixing now. It's mixing, but it's still we look at the ranges again, range versus range. It's closer, right? We're not as dominant now on this queen high board because he's defending a lot of he's flatting a lot of queen X. Stuff like king queen suited and ace queen off. So, but we're still betting. We're still betting our range because we still have a pretty good range advantage here. All right, what about like a flop which is very low, like 7-5-2? I think we're gonna bet a lot.
that'll be big. I don't know.
Okay, now let's see if it uses. Let's see if it changes what it's doing here. Let's give it the same betting options: 25, 75, 125. I think it's gonna have checks here. Now it's really polar.
Yeah.
So it's like saying, I've got an overpair advantage, but this really doesn't hit me strongly.
Now, can I ask how the solver to, like, we would have to node lock the big blind's reaction to this, right? Because now the solver's assuming big blind will react appropriately and balance to our action here.
Yeah.
Is that how it works, right? That's kind of what's going on behind the scenes. So you'd almost have
Yeah.
to like node lock the big blind's reaction. Like, what are they not raising enough and in real life, that sort of thing?
Yeah, we can do that. So if you go to change here, and then go to no, not here, sorry. Let me see. So can you go? No, I'm sorry. Can you go to the pencil on the first part where you are all the way to the left? Okay, see, we can change. Let's change SB from profiles. Let's go down below one to profiles. No, that's good. Leave that. And leave that. Hit close. And then down below where it says profiles. Are we on profiles? No, this isn't it. We're almost there. There it is. See where it says profiles right below? Yeah,
Oh
hit
yeah.
that. Hit that. And then
Oh, look at that. I've never
yeah,
seen
and
that.
then make them a fish. And then
Make this.
we can
That's
hit
us, right?
The big blind, yeah, is a fish.
Yeah.
You mean make this the big blind a fish?
Yeah, and then make him a fish. Yeah. Are we on yeah, small blind
I've
profile
never
fish.
seen that. So you teach me every day. Make
I'm here
him
to help.
fish. Okay. Okay. Great. Okay.
But we changed ourselves to yeah, this is perfect.
We're
This is what-
GTO.
and we're GTO. Okay, sorry. I was saying small blind. I meant big. Sorry. All right, now let's see how that changes. And then we can go before that. All right, now we're checking more, right? That's the big difference I see. Is that we're still
Why do we check more?
well, actually, before we can say that, can you give us the same betting profile?
As a
So
fish?
no, sorry. If you give us the same betting options,
All right.
we have to do some apples versus apples here. All right, let's see what we do now against the fish profile. I don't see much. I mean, yeah, we're checking more. Now, why we check more? To understand why.
Big blind's going to stab a lot more with
Yeah.
under
Well, let's
pairs.
go
and-
back to where we were before. Like go all the way left here. And then yeah. And then see where there's a question, like see where the question mark is next to profiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's click and see if we can get a little bit of a description of what the fish is. Well, he checks less than he should. And he calls more than he should. So I think that means yeah, these are just what they do more of. Less king. Likes a donk bet, prefers calling over raising. Lag red. So yeah, they've made slight differences. They've made node locking easy, right? To do this before, you'd have to node lock and go in and do things.
Yeah.
But now you can they've yeah, here you go. They're essentially saying across your entire range, this player type does X or Y. So I think what
It's easier for us to go in and create each action for the hands.
it's easier for it's it's node locking essentially. It's pre-programmed.
Yeah. But when we
Preset
You don't
did the
have
doesn't.
to
other day,
manually.
we went
It,
through and manually selected this does this, this does this, this does this. And I thought that was probably easier.
Okay. Well,
You
before you'd
can't
have
run
to
your
like
hand
node lock the
histories.
entire range, right?
Did you say?
Go ahead. Say what were you saying?
Did it keep
You
our
can't run
original
your
range?
online hand histories through.
Did I keep our original preflop range?
Yeah,
Yeah.
when we changed it to fish, did that only change what he does at like it didn't
Yeah,
That's
all
yeah.
it
I think
just
it's
changes the betting.
it just yeah. It doesn't
okay.
change your pre-flop. All right. Well, why don't we run through this hand and see how we play it, and then maybe we can switch to Mike and have Mike go through some more hands for us. So all right. So give us our default betting profile. 25, 125, 75. And let's check. We're checking the majority of the time. Now notice he attacks our check pretty aggressively.
It-
Let's give him a bet here, and then we'll see how much more we check raise. I think we might check raise even more. So notice now we check. Oh, we shove. Wild.
is-
So we just when he uses this big bet here, we're shoving really wide. We're shoving our
That's 'cause
like
our only size is call or jam. We don't have.
well, that's we can give it smaller sizes. So what's our SPR? So we bet 16.5. You want to give us smaller sizes and see if we use it here? So if we go here and we like give ourselves a smaller bet size, how big a raise do you want to use? He bet 16. He bet 60. He bet 16 big blinds.
Yeah,
I was
the pots.
66%.
Yeah, do like a 66 or a 75 and just see if it splits the check raises more or what it likes to do.
Now it does all
Now
66.
let's use
all
the check raise.
66, yeah.
I don't understand that. I mean, so it's not just
Go
an
to
optimum.
go to the big blind action real quick and click on the edit thing. And then did you guys add more sizes?
Yeah, we
You
only
add
have
more
two
sizes.
sizes.
Well,
So we'll give the fish a smaller size. Why don't we give it a small bet and then a
B33.
big bet and a yeah. Let's see what it does.
now he does
Now
all
it-
Now it's
33.
all 33.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, so now give
Yeah.
it a small bet,
The small blind, small bet.
and
Or
then
is it us?
now we're back on us. Notice the big difference here is that like if this is like conventional solve, we would have maybe a 10 to 15% check raise frequency. But against this fish profile, we now have a 40% check raise. We're check raising more than we are calling. And I think that's because of
Because they overbet, right? They don't check.
yeah, they stab more than they should. So because they're stabbing more than they should,
Do we think they stab more than they should in 3-bet pots?
Yeah, I don't think so. That's why I
I would disagree with
the action
that
it thinks
entirely.
it's going to do here.
Like if
alright.
we went in the small blind, we should specifically look at his range and say, what does he stab with? I think it's
Yeah,
reasonable
it's
to put all of
definitely
his
more
over
specific.
pairs in,
Yeah.
but I don't think we can say he's just gonna stab every time he's checked to when
All right, well, let's
in a
look at what his
3-bet pot.
action is. We didn't even look at what his behavior was.
Yeah.
Let's look at his
Yeah.
behavior. So
Yeah.
here,
So
he's-
they're just not stabbing with all of those unmade hands.
Yeah, I mean, they're not. They're just. That's a lot.
Not to that frequency.
I think fives definitely stab. Sevens obviously stab.
All
It's
its
not really a
pocket
stab
pairs.
though. Eight,
Yeah.
nine,
All of
tens,
his
jacks,
pocket
all of
pairs are
that stuff.
stabbing.
What else do we have? Like maybe 7-6 stabs, 8-7 stabs. all of
That's
that
about
stuff.
it.
But I would say you remove
Some
basic. You can
some stuff
remove.
with backdoor flush draws, I think, would
I
stab
I
as well.
wouldn't even do that. I would say that they're
Yeah.
At a
not.
much smaller frequency.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd put it at
Yeah.
like a 10% frequency or less that they're stabbing with a backdoor draw.
Yep, that's realistic.
Yeah, they're not stabbing overcards. Maybe like ace king
Maybe ace
at
king,
some
yes.
frequency.
But ace king, does ace king stab after not 4-betting? After being 3-bet? Is the
Actually,
question. Like not
I might give
unlikely.
it like a small frequency of stabbing, but like they're never stabbing the eight
Queen
nine,
jack.
the 5-6, the
8-9,
queen
actually,
10.
I think 8-9 is more likely to be stabbed than the other
Oh
ones
yeah,
with a gutter.
because of the gutter ball.
Yeah,
Yeah, all those broadways.
All those broadways, I would say we would remove. We can add, we can remove an 8-9 and then remove basic, maybe some pair plus. Not even, I mean, does 7-6 stab, do we think? They
I think it
probably,
does. I
Yeah,
think
I
eight
think-
seven and
Probably
7-6
stabs.
probably pure stab.
Yeah, top pair, I got to bet.
I think
Yeah,
top pair bets.
They've got to protect, so they yeah.
Exactly.
Gutter bets, and every overpair bets. But I think if we can remove basically everything else,
Yeah.
and maybe
And
ace
then
5
it's-
stabs and maybe some 6-5 stabs.
Then I think if you change that, then it's gonna our reaction is gonna be almost pure call to their bet.
I bet you it's gonna. If you add in all of his top pair stabbed all the time, you're right. You're right because that's only a small portion of his range, like this. But yeah, it's just
Yeah.
gonna call a lot.
Yeah, because it's going to want to keep those top pair and those 9-8 bluffs in. Although, I mean, depending how fishy our friend is, I mean, some of them, if it's the kind of drooler that can never get away from top pair no matter what, then thank you very much.
Yeah, can you are you able to go in and no lock his reaction here then? Because it should
Larry,
we should be able to quickly do that.
Larry, you kind of went silent. I just want to make sure that we didn't interrupt anything that you were trying to look at.
No, I just stepped away.
Can you go into his checking frequency and put the 10%, put 90% and then just do ace king for 90%?
Oh, I think
Let's go.
yeah, research. Just for ace king, right?
Yeah, just for ace king, and then the rest of them we're gonna because we can probably say that he might stab a little bit with ace king. So if we just did ace king would be the only like non-made hand that they stab with, and then if we do a full check frequency of 100%, could you switch to that, please? And then put all of the non-made hands in there.
For 8-9.
Except for 8-9. So if we did we do 10-9, Jack 10, Queen 10, all that stuff. Queen 10, Queen Jack, all that. And Ace Queen on the other side, and then Ace 9, Ace 8.
Ace 8. I don't even think he's stabbing 8, Ace 5.
I think they
Ace
stab.
5
I think they do. Depends.
I would say
Both player dependent, but they definitely stab ace 5. I think they're a lot.
I would say not at that frequency though. Let's say it's a 50% frequency.
Yeah, 50 maybe. Yeah.
Ace 5, they stab. They have a pair. They have a
Yeah,
pair
that's
they
what
bet.
I'm saying. But do you think it's 100% frequency that they stab?
Some players, yes, it's player dependent, but
Okay. Well, let's say the average fish are too passive, so they're not going to stab
That's
as
how
much
it
as they
goes.
should. Yeah.
They don't want. They think you've got ace king. They don't want a king to come. They have a pair. They bet.
Okay. All right. Well, then we'll leave it. We'll leave that in there, and then we leave every other pair in there and run that. That's 5s, 6s. Yeah, I mean maybe all of them stab. So now,
Right.
when what is it? It chooses the 33 size, and now we just jam all the time.
Oh.
Dad,
Now we're
I
just
don't like this. I don't like this either because of the fact that they're not folding over pairs. So I don't want to jam my ace king, ace queen,
does
ace
that
jack.
change our action? Does that change our action now that they're checking a lot more? Does that
When they see
if
what
we-
they do, what you do when they check, I'm
Yeah.
feeling it's just gonna bet like crazy.
Yeah, I think it'll bet more. Yeah.
Let's do a blank. Yeah, and then
What was it?
let's do a blank. Do a three of whatever.
Spades.
Three of clubs is fine. Three of spades is fine. Doesn't matter.
That way it's a
Yeah.
pure
Now we're
break.
just gonna start blasting everything.
Because they don't have anything. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have anything when they check. Because if they stab everything, then they have nothing. So we can just
Well,
blast.
I think the one thing we could take away from this, if we look at big blind. So if big blind is very linear in its betting here,
Mhm.
we have a very easy. So this is a very linear betting pattern, right? It's essentially, except for ace king, he's just betting pairs or two pair or
Which we think is accurate, right? Like this is
26.
probably accurate.
Does
Yeah.
that mean,
So
does that change our initial action now, though? We check less now that they're going to check back?
What's
well,
funny with
it,
how much it jams, we still don't even have jacks, tens, nines, eights at full frequency. If they were at full frequency, then and queens, like
so
just
he's always using a small bet here. So if he uses a B35 here, well, let's go. If he uses a B33 here on big blind, and okay, so notice now our reaction is we're pretty linear with some bluffs, but well, the first
we
thing
don't
is we
want to
have
be
no
bluffing
calls
here.
at this SPR, right?
Mhm.
Pot is 25, stack it. So we have a stack. We have an SPR 3, and we just don't have any. We just don't have any calls. Not even
Well,
bases.
the one way we can change is just how he reacts to our jam then. Because if we put it that he's calling with everything, then it's going to remove all of the bluffs. We're only going to
It's
be
just pure
jamming
value.
Sure.
Yeah.
our top
Yeah.
of range.
But what's interesting here also is that we just don't have. Well, I wonder why we don't have these calls here. I'm not.
Why
I'm
don't we
not.
have calls?
Why wouldn't we have calls with like aces, which are pretty safe on this board?
It-
Or king.
I mean, I would say why I wouldn't call is that if he is just with population, when they come out and stab here, they're stabbing with all made hands, most of that being over pairs and top pairs just aren't folding. So I'm just gonna jam all of my aces before an overcard comes this down.
Let's see if he has any. Let's see if we have any folds when we raise here. So let's say we have kings. We raise to 66%. And he is just like he's folding his worse over pairs.
Yeah, it's not
And he is
He's never folding eights or nines or tens there or jacks.
folding
Hmm.
sixes
Yeah,
here.
that's got to change. Yeah.
sixes. I think you could see some folds. But otherwise, I think that and six,
So
five, sixes, maybe some seven, six, maybe some of the top pair.
essentially what it's telling us is when he bets small, very linear, with no bluffs, we're folding out pretty much everything that isn't a pair. And we raise everything that is a pair. And his response to our raise is he's going with a small portion of his range, and then he's calling with everything that's a good pair. Notice
When-
he's
But that's
Notice he's
that's the
calling-
AI doing that. Fish wouldn't call
Yeah.
with everything.
notice he's calling ace five here, and I assume that's because he's blocking my aces.
Yeah. So I mean, the thing is,
I
even
can
when we
include-
start node locking, it's still gonna find equilibrium with
Yep.
those nodes locked. So
Well, that's maybe a little bit of disnomer because we've whacked it out of equilibrium. It's certainly going to find a strategy given the adjustments we've made, right?
right.
So
I mean, just
it's
what we're
finding a
saying is like
strategy
here,
given these adjustments we've made.
but even our fishy friend is never folding
yeah, it's-
eights, nines, tens, jacks here.
See, that's his point. Is that yeah, it's still finding some sort of equilibrium
All
here.
right, yeah. So if
And
we,
then
well, what would happen then if we were to node lock him to always call eights, nines, and tens here? What do you guys think that does to our range?
it's
Just
going to make
no-
our
no
range
bluffs.
super
It'll
linear.
just-
Like we're not going
yeah.
to have the ace queen. Like it wants us to jam some ace jack. I'm pretty sure is what it said on the last street. Yeah,
Yeah, it
and
has some
it's going to
bluffs.
remove
It
all
has
of
some bluffs
that.
around ace king, ace queen, ace jack.
It makes sense though. Like we would never like if you were playing live, Larry, and this happened, would you ever jam ace jack or ace queen or ace king?
No.
Exactly, like because they're gonna call off with eights. Like if you think they're gonna fold eights or nines, and they're aware enough that he can have all of the overpairs here, I can't have any of the overpairs, and he's jamming into me. I have to fold my eights and nines here. Then yeah, it's good. But they're not thinking like that, and they're just not folding
They're
overpairs.
thinking me have bigger pair than board. Me good. Me call.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Me buy more helmet polish.
All right. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to continue on the custom solves, or Mike has offered to go through some more ignition face up hands? What do you guys want to do?
Do some ignition, and if we want,
Yeah.
if we find an interesting spot, I mean, if Josh is cool with it, we could always run it through the
Sure.
Yeah,
solve.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Real quick.
Everybody,
Oh.
shout out to Josh. I mean, he's got to sit here and he's got to navigate
Gotta
22
listen to.
people telling him what to do.
Yeah, it's got to be hard work.
And it's
We're all
not
got different
probably the most
opinions.
fun.
Yeah,
So thank you very much.
You're appreciated, Josh. It's
Yeah,
very
it's
fun looking
Josh.
at those
Oh,
no luck solves.
Very
I love
interesting.
that.
You're welcome. You're
Larry.
welcome. Thanks.
Real quick, while Mike's getting this set up, because you are the owner of our group chat, it's got you listed. Are you able to change the maximum number of members? Because it's only allowing us to have 10. If you're not, I can just create a super basic server for this group and I'll just add everybody in.
Okay. Well, I guess let me see if I can add members. Add friends to the add friend.
Beautiful
Nope,
sunset.
I
Mike.
can't add more members.
Then I can. We'll just have to create like a super basic new, like an actual server then, and I'll just add everybody in.
All right. Okay, so Mike, thank you as well. Everybody's contributing to this group.
Yeah, if everybody's okay with this, I can do this for sure.
Thank you, Mike. Yes.
So top of my list is Larry. So Larry, you want to take the first one?
Sure. We like ace eight on the button. Kind of. So let's open it to 2.5 big blinds.
Okay, and so I'll move to the next one. These are just chronological, basically. So anything that I V-pipped is what we'll see.
Now this is an interesting spot. This seems like a pretty aggressive ISO. Clearly you V-pipped, and I don't think you're going to overcall. So I think you're going to ISO on having the button here. The 4.5 or 5 big blinds. And you're probably you've got some news, yeah. Or 3.5. I think I like a bigger ISO.
Yeah.
Against that stack size, I don't hate the smaller ISO.
Okay, that's valid. But also I think the reason that we ISO is to take
Not
the hands
price
heads
people in.
up, and I would want to discourage people from calling behind. I'm repping like top 15% of hands. So all right.
They folded.
Okay. This is a clear defend. You probably can mix 3 bets here. So I think I've talked about this before, but Tombos has a really nice exploit, since that's what we've been working on today, here of vastly increasing our 3-bet range. And the
Larry,
argument,
your link from that was a few weeks ago. I have absolutely implemented that. I read that whole article. It's pretty ridiculous, and I have implemented that strategy. Any hand I play versus a raise from the small blind, I am 3-betting almost completely.
Depends on the small blind. If they have a lot of limps, then I wouldn't. But if they
well, the argument, read the article. I put the Reddit post. So this is from Tombos. Tombos is the guy who gets paid to think about poker by GTO Wizard. He's like the coach / theorist. And that is his argument in the Reddit post. So
Larry,
yeah,
when you play live, do you ever really play a lot of small blind versus big blind spots because everyone chops so much?
no, I don't,
Only
because
time
I very rarely.
Like I'm so out of studied for those spots that because I never play them because it makes more sense to just chop. But when somebody does, I almost always 3-bet them when they open. But then I'm
The only
also
time
running
I
into
ever-
monster hands when I do that because they don't open wide enough. They just
Yeah.
limp so much from there if they want to play it.
Yeah, the only time I ever really see blind versus blind live is when, either the small blind or big blind, hey, you want to chop? And someone says, no, I've got a hand that I'd like to, meaning
Make a
to
high hand.
take a high
Yeah.
hand. And then it just gets checked. It gets limp
Check down.
checked and then checked down.
Yeah, that's the most that I play a small blind versus big blind spot. Is
And
that.
then and then if somebody makes their high hand, they bet the minimum to get the pot to where it needs to be, and then you call and they break you off a slice.
Yeah, I always tell them that they have to pay me a full rake too, because I'm not calling to get raked out of here.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah. So all right, so I've not seen post off yet. So here we're gonna open this, and this is a defend against a short stack with a smaller 3-bet size. I don't think we really are interested in 4-betting this hand. There's not a lot of equity. All right, he checks to us. This is where it gets interesting. You've got ace high that beats pot. I think the first question to ask yourself here is, how much do we hate a check raise? You don't really give a. This hand has a lot of equity, but we don't really give a fuck if they check raise and can fold. I think we can either check here and see what he does on turn, or we could lean to bet. I like a bet. Yeah, this makes sense. He calls.
Yeah. Bet check, bluff catch.
And then here, I assume he's checks.
Yep, he checked.
So we now have to decide if we want to. We didn't improve. We could polarize here sometimes, I think, but I think I'm usually going to give up after I polarize here. So like, yeah, this is fine. I might go B75, and we get the fold. Nice.
So here's what the little raise meant.
Is that a 3-bet pot?
Yeah, it's 3-bet
Yep.
pot.
Oh, I changed my stance and I don't want to do bet check. Catch
Uh,
anything.
Josh, you are after Larry on my list.
Okay.
King Jack in the cutoff.
Yeah. Raise it up. Yes. Okay. So
Only
I'd like
5
to bet
hands.
more if we had a club. So cutoff versus button, we have to check more, right? Because we're kind of the positions are close together, so you do less c betting, and we have less backdoor. Yeah, we don't have a club, so I think we have to check, right?
Yeah, in a theoretical range versus range, there will definitely be checking here. There are also C bets, but it probably
Yeah, if we had a
mixes.
club, I would see bet, I think. Okay, all right. Yeah, not a good card for us. Um, I would check. I'm yeah. Fold.
Okay.
Is that? Do you want to run that through the solver? Is that?
Yeah, you want to see our C bet frequency in a
Against
Peak, it's
ace 4.
83% or 83% check on peak.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. And I think I typically depend the villains here are I'm not giving them, perfect GTO type stuff. Somebody that calls on the button there. It's certainly a position to, you can cold call in theory, but I think I probably up my C betting frequency against those types of players. We were ace 8-4. And Peak said check.
84.
And Wiz actually likes checking a absolute shit ton versus this range here.
Yeah, even checks ace king. It's checking everything, really, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah, it's basically a range check.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and that's because just a bare ace and a middle and a low card is not good. If it was a king, I bet. So if the flop was king 8-4, I'm going to guess we bet a lot more, right? Is that?
Yeah.
Could we change the flop to king of spades?
That's going to increase it quite a bit, I think. Not as much as I thought.
Yeah.
We still have a lot, not very much betting. That's wild.
Could this be a good stopping point for Josh and check out what we should do against kind of our normal type players?
I mean, I think we know, especially king, even ace high. I mean, because they're calling so wide on the button, I mean, ace high flops against. Shit, hold on, I got to mute for a second.
Ace high flops against a range that continues a ton of aces. What I
Yeah.
think Andy was going to say.
So do you think over C betting, increasing your C betting frequency is not so good here?
I would say it's probably bad, but was it a flushing board? Like, was it ace 8-4 with two clubs?
Yep.
So I would say we can check a ton there. And I mean, normally high boards aren't overstabbed, but I would say a lot of their aces are probably going to bet when there's a flush draw on the board.
Mm-hmm.
So then we get to look to steal later on in the hand throughout that.
So
And we do
one
have
thing.
ace king, which is technically the best unpaired hand with showdown value, or
So
king jack, other than king queen.
so peak actually wants to bet only or to check only 37% of the time if you give it the king. So that's a huge difference. It's like half the time.
Oh, on a king high board?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they love betting. That's like
No,
the
but
that's
like
like the only because
compared
our
to
king high boards are
compared to GTO Wizard, like
What
the
about a jack? A jack would be interesting, right?
a jack's probably pretty close to an ace.
like the GTO Wizard wants to check like 75% of the time for the king.
Hmm. And is Mike, do you think that's because Peak has like the simplification set up in it, or
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, it is 100, maybe the 9 max compared to 6
look
max.
at the ranges that look at the range versus range of their look at their calling ranges on both. Probably different, and that's probably why. Like if you look at GTO's calling range on the button, and then you look at Peak's GTO calling range on the button.
I won't have post flop for 6 max.
What is yours the
Uh,
same as his though? His calling range?
Could give it 500 NL rake. Yeah, not much difference between 6 max and 9 max.
Hmm. It's weird.
It
Why
looks
did it
like
do that?
it looks like Peak has a lot more King Jack, King 10, Queen 10, Queen Jack, that sort of stuff suited. That's calling less three betting from the button
So,
first cutoff.
but if Peak has more of that, you should bet it should be less than. So this is the calling range right here. That,
yeah, I mean,
but
it's also
what
like
does
full
yours look
calling
like
ace jack
comparatively?
suited, ace 10 suited, ace 9 suited almost completely. Um, Ace 8 suited, it's calling like more than 80% of the time.
Hmm.
Like king 10 suited, it's calling almost always. Queen 10 suited,
Yeah,
jack 10, it's
Peak's 10% call, whereas Wizard's 5.4. So
Must
twice as
be,
much calls.
yeah. So they're gonna have more. The Peak has more.
Is
Or
Pete calling all this stuff down here more too?
no.
Yeah, all
Well,
well, I might have it set up different.
the fives and the six, the fives, the sixes, and then the sevens and the eights, but not the fours and below.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Okay, that's good to know.
Oh, that's why it doesn't have the fours and belows. Yours does. Yours has more sets.
Andy, you're up.
Andy had to go
Oh, that's right.
mute for a while.
Brian. Brian, you're up.
What are your stats?
10 hands.
You can three bet this hand very easily. A works. That's the problem.
Okay.
Deuces. We're gonna open. No one's gonna
Fold.
call up. I'm gonna open.
Fold.
One's gonna call.
Oh, you're gonna get to play you're gonna get to have a
Is very much like a hand that I would play normally.
would you complete? Would you raise? You
I
fold?
probably wouldn't actually complete from here. I'd probably fold, but I'm sure there's not a problem. It depends on the villain to my left. If the left is super passive, oh, it looks like is he passive to our left?
Right now he's playing kind of well for 11 hands.
Okay, well then either's fine. If I had a passive guy to my left, I'm just gonna bet here
You're gonna lead?
because yeah, I'm just gonna lead out here. I think a limp pot. It's best to just lead here and start trying to get some money in.
I
This
agree.
should smoke plenty of their hands. They should have plenty of hands that can call here. So now there's a four liner on the board. What was his range that called? He had some single pair type hands, and then he could have had some straight draws. I think that the best thing here is to go very small because single pairs are going to become somewhat elastic. And with the four liner, and when he has a straight, and he might end up raising us frequency. All right, he called us. So now we think he probably just has a lot of one pair hands. We just got downgraded, but only to Queen Jack. I would say I think that he is pretty weak here. He is not going to have a ton. Like his 9X just got downgraded. He's got. I think he can just go small again here.
Target 2 pair game.
Yeah.
I mean, he can have some two pair, but how inelastic is two pair when we. This is kind of hard. Any Jack X does make it.
Under the gun limp, yes. It was a limped pot. We completed in the small blind.
He still has Jack X. I think I would have probably bet though to get value from something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Who said small bets terrible on the turn? Just wanna know why. No one said that, I'm pretty sure.
Art, do you say is that you don't like a small bet here on this turn?
Yeah, big bet. Like,
Why?
what do you mean? King Queen is folding anyway.
But
So what?
what
King Queen
about, but
folds,
there's a
right?
four
So
liner.
you have straight, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what? Or like three quarters?
Yeah, but part of his range here is gonna be straights and then it's gonna be single pair hands, and his single pair hands are not gonna call a lot of money when there's a four
No,
liner.
like come on, he's limper. What? He's folding Jack 8, Queen 8. If you like three quarter.
I mean, yeah, he has
I
some
don't
of
know
that.
what kind of recreationals you get, but in general, you need to bomb versus these guys.
Didn't hear that. I couldn't hear that.
I mean,
It's a good point. I think we could have some different sizes here. What do you
I mean,
think
I
of a
guess
hand like ace
you never
nine?
get raised. So if you check, he doesn't bet. If you bet small, he doesn't raise. So like you're playing to small pot. You need to set the price because he's not raising.
I only want to go big to target one thing, and that's pair plus straight draw, which I think that's fair enough that he could have found it there.
But
I just think that there's also a large portion of his range that are pairs of sevens, eights, nine, not calling money here.
so what he's folding king eight? I mean queen eight on the turn versus five
Yeah.
blinds?
What size do you want to use? If you go, what are you going to overbet
Five
here?
blinds. No, five blinds.
5 months. I mean, yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, I don't think that's all that big in general. I was thinking big as in like an overbet. So
Well,
yeah,
he
he
doesn't
probably
sustain
doesn't.
it, and two pair already raise flop, so he doesn't have to pair, right? He has one pair,
Exactly.
so you just charge it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they both are valid, and I'm kind of leaning towards going bigger than I did for sure. Paul, do you want to take one here? If you do, you
Yep.
get king eight on the button.
Oh, yeah.
I
Depending on
know
the blinds,
I raise here because it's in this playlist
obviously. Yeah,
apparently.
yeah, yeah.
But what
We'll go
about you?
raise.
Would you open king eight off?
It's on the cusp, depending on the small blind and big blind. If they're
Yeah.
fish, I'll raise this. So we'll go raise. We'll go raise.
Yeah. So we did. And we got folds, so you get another one. A six on the button. We know we'll do this.
Yep.
And you're going to see a flop.
Okay. Queen high with my combo. I think I bet small here with this combo. First big blind.
Okay. I chose check. And if anybody hates the play that's been made or the play that's been suggested, speak up.
Yep. Yep. Versus overbet. 6-8. I'd probably just fold here, depending on the villain, but with the ace of hearts, you could float, I guess.
I like,
But,
I like
but
it.
I just,
I'm sure I don't, but
yeah, I'm just folding. Yeah.
yeah. He had just a pretty wide range there.
Yeah. So is check better there on the flop with that combo, or is bet small with the
I'm
queen?
not
It's
sure.
probably is a lot of checks actually now I think of it. Yeah.
I think if we were to look at this, I think theory wants you to check or bet in the bigger size is my guess.
Okay.
It would be
Yeah.
B50s and B75s, I
Okay.
think. And probably has some small bets too, small C bets. It's easy enough to check out.
So like peak actually would want to like check. I mean, it has something for almost all sizes, but it prefers like a pot bet with
Okay.
with the six of diamonds and the ace of hearts.
And Wiz, yeah. Oh, there's even over bets. Yeah, a lot of big bets for Wiz. And with the ace of
Oh
diamonds,
yeah. Well,
yep.
No, we had the ace of hearts and the six of diamonds.
But yeah, a lot of checking and then bigger bets. Art.
yeah. That was way off there. Yep.
Art, if you want this one,
Yeah, I can.
okay, you're going to
Oh
see a
yeah, it is.
flop.
So I assume it's an all 50, right? Something like that. Anyway, you just bet and hope they fold. I don't think there is high check raise frequency. Yeah, give up.
He
Check.
checked you on the river,
Yeah, yeah.
and you're saying just check, right?
Yeah, yeah. What do you mean?
He
We're
wins with
not
a
making
three.
fives fold.
Mhm. Okay. All right. Brian. Wait, Brian, you just went. This is your second one. Rain.
Yes, all right. All right. So King Nine might actually be on like the might be actually like a raise fold one.
Yeah, and we talked about that strategy, that link that Larry sent in chat. I know what I do here, or at least I assume I do.
So you're gonna raise them?
I did. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. But I
And
think like for like the small blind versus big blind stuff, at least the way that I see it is the big blind, you bet a lot of your worst hands. It's very polarized, right? You bet
Mhm.
like a lot of the hands that are just on the cusp of of the the rows or columns in the GTO graph that are playable.
Correct.
Are the
Yep.
ones that you free bet, and King Nine off is definitely in there with King Eight and King Seven off. But
One thing in particular, this kind of goes off a little bit of exploit, is this player, this 3.5x raise is kind of identifiable. I remember this is common with a certain type of player, and you can see like his stats are kind of backing it up a little bit. They steal like it's almost 100%, and I think I even expand even further and three bet like just a ton versus this 3.5x player type. Anyway, that's
right,
specific to
because
this site.
they go like half a big blind bigger than normal.
Yeah, yeah, because it's easily identifiable. Exactly. All right, you've got
But if he just folded, all right. So yeah, all right, King. So what happened?
he donks.
Right, all right. Didn't he bet 2.5? Can you go back to
He-
to pre-flop?
Yeah, he donked. We raised, he calls, and then he donked the
Oh,
flop.
right. Okay. So then Nuffle, you're always gonna call.
Yes. Now, Nuffle applies to the fishier type players. This one is a little different in terms of the typical numbers that we're going to see. And we only have 27 hands, but he looks pretty loose and aggressive, kind of like not the typical fish. So I'm not sure. Nuffle would absolutely say call here. Any other thoughts because of this player type?
I mean, if he is aggressive, he's also going to be betting like doing this bet a lot with not so strong hands, right?
Mhm.
I
So
mean,
If
we assume
he's
Nuffle
gonna,
until they show us otherwise.
well, if you think he's a better player, he's gonna bet a decent amount of thick value there, right?
I think so. I think the better players will have less of the mediocre stuff that a typical Nuffle player would have, and more of high equity type draws and value is my
Makes
assumption.
That would make me think that I would kind of do like a modified enough for to play against them, and that when you get cards like this, you get to just tear them apart.
right, so now on the turn he checked back to you, right?
Yes.
So we have a gut shot, and he probably doesn't like the ace. Like he probably has like a flush draw or maybe like a lower straight draw. If those would be the draws. So is there like anyone who would want to like bluff almost? Like he like kind
Would
of represent an ace and then we still have an out to improve to the nuts, like free outs.
would say how much do I need to get bet to get called by a jack? I bet that much to make it fold on the river.
So my general thought, until a player proves that they don't fall into Nuffle, shows me I'm gonna Nuffle them. So what does Nuffle tell us here? Nuffle tells us what? B70, right?
Correct.
Bluff. So we're
Right, so
betting
bet
like
big. Yeah,
7.2.
And they fold.
right. Yeah.
This
Okay.
guy's very nuffle.
Yes.
Yep.
On the
It is very
sevens.
nuffleable.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I
No,
always
don't
assume Nuffleable until they show me otherwise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not a bad.
seven's donk was
Assuming right after
never
that
weird.
hand you knew he was nuffable, because what does he bet the flop that isn't bullshit that folds the turn?
Yeah. I have Rob next.
Hey,
I assume you raise ace 10 on the small blind.
yep.
You get called. Here's your opponent after 30 hands, and it's on you.
It's monochrome. I think I'd bet like 2.5.
I went check.
Okay, no, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I'm
With
not
the
saying
ace.
check is, I'm not saying check is
Sorry.
good or check is right. That's
No,
just what
no,
I
but
do.
that also like that was between the two. So, um, well, you checked. Okay, now you check, so I'm off my strategy. Let's see. Well, now maybe betting small is, 2.5, maybe even up to half. Yeah, or you know what? No,
I'm
no, I
really,
don't know. Maybe I don't like that flush draw too much.
oh no, I don't think I'm checking because I'm afraid of something.
Yeah, that's my problem. I really have to get past that. Um, but you checked, right?
I did.
Okay,
Are you,
okay.
is this guy you think capable of bluffing? Is that what you're doing this?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna bet
clearly.
the turn for sure. Something. Just
Yeah.
what? How scared I was at the point. That's my problem. Um,
Yeah, no, I'm checking for sure because I'm expecting this person to be a little bit more.
aggressive. Okay,
Yeah.
so him checking
Isn't
behind is catching a
two,
little off guard.
two not that much?
Yeah, no,
No, it's kind of normal. Like it's a little on the aggressive side, but nothing extreme.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna bet something like if for like an ace king or something. Not like he has ace king because it's free, but did you check?
I did. I checked.
Okay.
So either I was timing out and lost connection, or I was hoping that I was just going to be getting bet into is all.
Right. Now, if you got bet into, because I have a problem with sometimes playing scared, like if you overbets, what are you gonna fold ever?
No, no,
No, no,
no.
you're going for it.
Yep.
Okay.
I am
When
curious.
I say overbet, like what percentage of overbet are you gonna call? Like all the way or like
On the river,
yeah, yeah.
I don't think I would fold to, well, unless he jammed. I'd think about it, but I would not be folding top two to somebody with those numbers on a monotone flop like that.
Even like two or
That's
three
gone
times
check
spot
check
bet.
twice. I
Even
am
if it's like two
curious.
or three times spot, you'll still call it down.
Most likely
Okay.
against that type of player.
Okay. Okay.
He had Art. You looked like you thought he was passive. He was more on the aggressive side. Ace five
It,
three.
I don't know. I don't use the HUD. I thought two was low. I thought that you were
No, no.
usually higher than that. The people
One
that
is
are
kind of
super
like
aggressive.
one is typical. Between one and two is kind of typical. Less than one is very passive. Two is starting to get into the aggressive realm.
Maybe you do this against somebody that has over two.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I probably maybe picked the wrong opponent to do this with. So Theory wants us to check here a ton. They check behind, and we get 10 of clubs. And we're kind of like mixing.
How'd that defend with queen six off?
And this is probably where I just need to deviate. We shouldn't be checking here. Yeah, the even solver is like, don't check anymore. But it likes a tiny bet, a small bet. Makes sense.
Or like big on the turn.
If we go big on the turn,
Yeah, I think that what his pairs are not folding to one bet, like his ace is not folding to one big bet, and then his flush is gonna
yeah.
call a pretty large size. If I mean, that's what I would think.
The checking is a lot higher percentage than I would have kind of thought, though.
Change that.
What about the flop? What did it do on the flop? Did it check a lot?
Yeah, it was about 50-50.
250, yeah. I thought we were in position on the flop, so I didn't like it, but I didn't realize we were out of position. I like to check more.
Yeah.
I think we
Larry
have to be
or
betting the
Andy.
turn.
Andy's come back since he left.
I'm here. Oh, so it's my turn?
Yep.
Oh, we're definitely just gonna open jam this.
Standard.
Okay, that'll work. Um, I'm gonna see bet here small.
You checked.
Against this size, there's a lot of draws there. I mean, 5-7 completed equity, but I think I have to peel one and see what he does on the river.
Interesting. I thought I would be folding here, to be honest. Maybe.
You did not. No, I'm just gonna fold.
You get
Interesting.
to see some spew. I did say there would be no spew here.
This isn't
Yeah.
horrible against big blind.
Yeah, against a good big blind too, like somebody that's so far playing pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, it's very wide versus wide configuration. You can do some odd bluff catching.
Checking flop or betting flop. Who's checking? Who's betting?
I would bet with the nine of spades, but nine of diamonds rather. But here, I think checking is fine. Then you have a semblance of showdown.
And we're calling for we're still good on occasion, and we have a gut shot.
You consider raising. I don't like it. Never mind. Never mind.
Anybody folding this turn?
I think if you're not going to plan to try and steal on the river,
We don't have a gut shot though, do we?
No,
no, we don't.
No, we do not.
We didn't have a gut shot at any point.
No, we do not. So that I mean, why are we calling? Just because he can be over bluffing here?
I think if you're
Yeah.
planning a steal, then it's okay, but I don't think.
Yeah, the plan if
I
he
wouldn't.
checks, I'm probably gonna on a scary river card, I'm gonna blast off. That is not a scary river card.
And he started with a shorter stack too. We just kind of assume that's going to be more value, at least in my book.
I don't hate. I mean, I don't hate. Eh, I think we could have bet the flop, and I mean he calls, and then we get a little, we get a little information when he check, and then he check calls the turn, and then I don't know. We didn't get to see his response. Maybe he check raised, and we just got to fold the flop.
Yeah. Josh, I think, stepped out, and Brian.
Open. We get called. We ace high flop. What happens is check to us, I check back. All right, we get another ace. Now he comes out and bets. What is his range here? I think he has some king X that comes out and bets here. It's kind of hard for him to have another ace, but it's possible. And then he has flush draws and straight draws, like 10, jack, king, queen, just like that. I shouldn't have as much of that actually because he didn't raise, but I don't know what his stats are. Well, I think our hand is absolutely good enough to play for stacks when he has 40 big blinds. So I think we should start trying to raise here to get value from draws and kings.
Yeah.
Okay, we call. And then he bets 9 big blinds. I guess at this point you just this is range you bet small, somewhat bigger now. On a flushing card. I guess I think you could just call here. I don't know if I want to raise. I think if I'm gonna raise, I'm gonna raise somewhat small because
I
he has very strong hands. He's kind of polar here. He's got very strong hands. He's got nothing. Well, not and in strong hands, I would include like King X. I don't think we're getting his whole stack with King X, so I think we have to go small to target that. Would
don't,
raise to
I'm pretty sure I just call. Yeah.
yeah, I don't love a raise here with more stack depth. I don't mind a raise because if he jams over top,
wow.
we can fold. But anything we raise, I mean, a min click, we just have to call it off when he jams.
You
I
don't
mean, I guess we
have
don't
to.
have to call it off, but I mean, he
Against a
bet
short stack,
nine.
you might have to. I don't know. I still kind of like the raise at this point. I think he still has some kings in here that do this, and we'll call 18 big blinds. Oh, he did have a king
He did have a king
Mhm.
and then spades as
and a
well.
queen of spades.
Yeah,
Now, do we like a raise? I mean,
I
obviously
think this is a
we
good
see the
raise.
results now. Are
I
we
think a raise here
raising?
is good.
I don't know that I like a raise here, but I mean, we know he's never folding to a raise.
He's not folding, but are we gonna get? I I think that it doesn't really matter much here because he's never folding his specific combo. And if we raise here, he probably just shoves and we just get the money in and we lose.
I don't
So
think he's ever, if we raise here, he's also never folding king queen of clubs or king queen offsuit either.
that's kind of what I'm saying is that I think a raise here is good because I think there, but is king queen of clubs? No, I think this you just put the money in here. Or maybe you don't put all of it in, but you put a big raise in here, and the river is like, yeah, you're kind of already committed at that point. You're just calling off, and technically you
Yeah,
end
I
up
just,
losing more in this spot, but you lose less in this spot when he does have a flush draw. It doesn't have a king, and he or like 'cause he's got plenty of draws here that don't have like you could have queen jack of spades. So he raise. I mean, he's not folding, and we're not gonna get paid by that hand on the river.
How often are we value owning ourselves against ace queen, ace jack, ace 10, ace 9, ace 8?
Oh, king queen jack of spades is freaking great. That's stupid. What did you say
No, I was
against
just
what
saying,
hands?
how often are we value owning ourselves against better hands?
Well,
times.
what are the better hands that he has? He's got
His better
ace
aces,
jack.
ace jack, ace 10, ace 9,
Probably
ace
has some
8,
ace queen
queen jack.
Well, he doesn't have ace queen and ace king, and he should have less ace jack. So
and ace nine doesn't matter.
yeah, I think this board has enough draws on it, like enough king queen, jack 10, queen 10, all of that stuff falls here with a gutter when you raise, or they could have spades as well. I think with 100 big blinds, it gets much more complicated. But I think with 40 big blinds, it's kind of we're just going to try and get the money in here.
Yeah. And the reality is we raised to like 12. He may call, he may jam. If he calls when that spade peels, he may very well donk jam through the river,
We
which
fold.
actually saves us zero point 0.9 big blinds in the overall.
Yeah, I think you kind of have to raise there. I mean, yeah, we're value owning ourselves sometimes, but if you also look at it, technically, we block aces. We have an ace, there's two on the board. There's plenty of draws
Well,
that you can be betting there.
Paul, you're up. You're playing three-handed.
Yep.
And you have a limp on the button. Short stack.
Ugh.
Reach to the muck from where you came.
I probably just fold it, but we can limp, I guess.
You said
Or
you
you
probably just
raise.
fold, Paul?
Yeah. Ace
Larry,
two's
your
offsuit.
nickname has been moved to Paul.
Yes. um,
I think
check.
you said limp, right, Paul?
I probably would complete
Yeah.
sometimes. I
I,
think. Yeah.
I know my strategy will.
Ace three offsuit up, probably ace two maybe
Yeah,
flush.
I typically will complete versus limpers with a lot of flushing and straightening type cards.
Yeah, a lot more suited stuff. I tend to just complete.
So here you are. You flop this, and it's on you.
Check, check.
Check, check, check.
Oh, they haven't stabbed. So if they had draws, they probably start. Probably go two big blinds here. Charge draws.
I went one, and you got called by the big blind and the button.
Beautiful, beautiful river card.
Check. And fold.
Easy fold.
Both hands better. Yeah, makes sense.
Ooh. We got us a mouth breather.
Art, you're up. You get limped into with 8-5.
Check most likely. Yeah, 25 check. He checks, we check. If he bets, we fold. Oh,
He
I don't know
checked.
what that. This
He
one
checked.
might be okay in solver because you get a ton of backdoors, but I don't know how much small blind is chip holding.
Yeah. So we just went after it. Let's give you this one here. You get a limp on the button and a complete with queen jack off.
It's still me.
Yep. Since that one was easy.
Uh, how much is limping button? 43? Does that say like, does he limp an 8-0 type of hands? Do you know or no?
Yeah, only 8 hands, and he has limped before.
Okay, let's check.
Okay, I don't think I do here. I bet I take this and I raise it as my guess. Yeah, I did.
Oh wow, big sizing.
And they
So what
fold.
you either the sizing and what's your plan on the flop? Like you
Well,
get 10-7 deuce or 10-7-6 board.
I mean, yeah, we'll kind of assess when it comes, but I feel like this one's just ahead of their limping range enough to go ahead and
Yeah,
start.
yeah, but post flop you're cooked. Like you either like if you limp ace jack, we don't even reclick back. But,
This one
yeah,
should
I don't
be,
know.
is it? Okay, here you are in the small blind. Art is still used until you get a flop.
Oh, okay, okay. Race, okay. Big race might be okay. What? Reclick back 25 or whatever. Yeah, maybe smaller. Yeah, 20 maybe
Okay.
it's okay.
This one played itself. Okay, here you go.
Uh, a call, I guess. But yeah, we have to call.
Did you say fold?
No, no, green call, green call. Green button is call usually. Up to you. You can call, you can small raise. I don't mind either. Big raise is not good.
Do you consider that a big raise?
Yeah, like he's folding whatever pocket sevens.
I mean, it's only 50% pot. No, he does have a short stack.
Oh, come on, like even recreational is folding. Yeah, whatever.
So would you make it like 3 or something?
Yeah, 4-5.
Okay. Rain, Ryan. Is Ryan still here?
Oh,
I'm
wait,
still
I was
here.
I was muted. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was talking to my to the monitor. Okay. King 10 off. I mean, I probably want to raise. Yeah, I would probably raise a little bit smaller than that, but so they dunk into you.
Nuffle.
Yeah, just cool. So they check, so nuffle, so we don't really have much, so that would mean that we bet big, like 2/3, 3/4 pot,
Yep.
and they fold.
Oh, the
And
Nuffle, some form of just donkey magic.
yeah, it's pretty ridiculous, isn't it?
It is so ridiculous. I still am blown away by just how high my win rate is versus when I use Nuffle.
Rob, you're up.
All right.
You got a limper, and he's a short stacker.
I'm gonna raise it up. Like 2-5, yeah.
So
5. What are we doing here?
Why?
possibly didn't realize somebody limped. That's my guess. Like I
Yeah.
maybe not had not seen
Oh
this
yeah,
yet.
yeah. It probably should have been more like 4 or 5. Yeah. I actually super miss that too.
A limp or a post? It was a
He
limp.
limped. Yep.
Wait, who limped?
Here, I'll start from the beginning so we can see. So he started here, and he's got 122 hands.
All right, so that's the small blind.
And yeah, there's no small blind in this hand. And that's
Oh, okay.
my guess is I just kind of was on another table, came over here, saw two blinds.
Two
Yeah.
saw 2 blinds out.
I just did the same thing. I'm gonna bet small, like 2 or 3.
So since we have the HUD, one advantage that we can look at his fold to continuation bet.
It's laid out there. Oh yeah, yeah.
He never folds, so why go small? We're not trying to play balance. Bet that flop fucking huge.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you.
Yeah, like 70. Yeah, that's a good
He's
point.
super inelastic. We almost always have the
Fine.
best hand on this flop.
I have a hard time following other people's HUDs for some reason.
You check.
I'm going to. Oh, you don't have a full determined bet thing. I'm gonna. Oh, what did we do on the flop? What did you end up betting on the flop? I'm
Kind of
sorry.
B33, smallish size.
He went
Okay.
small.
Yeah, let's just double it to 6, like to. Oh. Okay, yeah. So you're a
The bet was
1.9.
probably
So
two. Ignition takes out rake, so the bet was actually two. It was a B33.
all right. Then I'd probably bet to like around 6. Oh, you got it with 4. Nice.
Andy was right.
Yeah,
And
for
I mean,
sure.
that one, I get it. Like, it falls between the cracks sometimes, but that's
Yeah.
actually a lot more recently. I'm looking at their fold to continuation bet to determine my flop betting size with stronger hands. Like, if I have a good hand and they're never folding, I'm just fucking blasting off.
Mhm.
It's
That's
ironic, and
perfect.
I do the same thing. I do the exact same thing, and I just missed it on his hub because we all have different layouts and different colors, and I miss
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
It makes you
Larry,
unbalanced, but it doesn't matter.
Larry,
Yeah,
you're up.
it does.
Larry, this is you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me
Yep,
now?
got you now.
Okay. Yeah, ISO limper and the big blind and the limper call in our position
Don't know
because
if
he
you
really
noticed,
bad.
Larry would probably notice my raise size here is bigger than normal. Normally it would be 4 in position. 450 means I've increased it for some reason, and there's looks like there's lots of reason to increase it with these players behind.
Yeah, you got
Yeah, go even bigger. Exactly. Yeah, for
two
sure.
fun players, not the best flop. Um, I think that we against this range, you still take a c bet here, but I would go smaller. I would go like 3 to 5.
Yeah, I think I probably checked to 2 players. I did.
See
That's
what they're
fine.
gonna do on the turn, and now we have the green light.
Um, well, a little bird told me we now have the green light, so
73 and a 50 VPIP are never
let's
checking an ace twice.
let's bet 5.
Okay. I did not.
All right. So this is, I think we have to hero him.
You think we
Ace
hero?
10.
I think we hero.
He's betting his Jack 10 or his Queen 6, even better. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, once the flop checks through, a 70 VPIP and a 50 VPIP are never checking an ace there. They're not limp calling just to check aces. They
Yeah.
don't know what protecting their checking range means. We go bet, bet, bet. That Queen 6 might call us all the way down.
Possible.
Who knows? Maybe by going check, check, we got an extra 10 bigs out of them.
Andy.
Yeah, it's me. Um, I'm definitely gonna pull a Paul and fold here. Was it the cutoff that C bet? Yeah, the cutoff that C three bet us.
Yes.
Fuck. Um, against a decent player, I just fold this a lot of times. Small stack, we don't have a ton of room to work with. I think I just fold.
Yeah, this should just be a fold.
I mean, no need to fucking dick around. He doesn't have enough stacked up for me to get cute with a 4 bet. Nor do I want to 4 bet ace queen off.
Get this one, Andy.
Okay.
Limp,
I am
limp.
going to ISO to 7.5.
Oh, I did not. I don't know why. Maybe the short stack was a little fuck it Freddy for me, but I did not ISO.
Huh.
I would normally ISO this. I think this is the reason I didn't.
Yeah, 76 VPIP with a 25% 3 bet. Yeah. Ooh,
Uh-oh.
boing. And then we're gonna check? What are we doing? I'm gonna bet this.
So
And I'm
you
gonna
would
bet
lead.
like 2.5 bigs.
Yeah. Check, check, check.
I'm still betting here like pot.
And folds.
So you're definitely getting a call on the ISO from the ace four, Jack 3, maybe. I mean, how drooly are they?
I would say definitely whenever he ISOs to 7.5.
You might. I mean, a 76 VPIP. What's his limp and fold to raise? I mean, I guess you don't have a ton of hands, but
This guy,
no, this the button.
he's done it 2 out of 2 times.
Pre-flop, oh, limp fold. Okay, so he might not have called the ISO.
Art is surprised at everyone's ISOing ranges here. He didn't like Queen Jack. He doesn't like King Nine, I don't think.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, size wise.
Mm. Yeah,
Um,
you add, I mean, a standard raise, standard pot raise, plus add one for out of position is going to get us. And then because they have high VPIPs, I'm going to add a little bit of extra oomph.
yeah, 6 would be standard for me here. Sometimes 7 with player type.
So, like, if you were in position, right? Say it was you're on the button and the cutoff, and it goes under the gun limp, cutoff limp, we're on the button. A pot size ISO is going to be 5.5, and then we add an extra 1.5 for being out of position, and then kick an extra half a big blind in there just because. Fuck them.
Right. And Art, or no, Paul. Paul is up. No, wait a minute. That was Andy, right?
That's me, yeah.
Brian.
Okay, we are going to ISO to a large size. We are going to do what? About 7. I'm going to go like 8.5.
Okay. Art, what size do you like here, 3 limpers?
Like 8 or
9.
8.5 myself.
Yeah, I agree. 8, yeah.
Were you saying, did you think that the ISO sizes were too big before, or did you like them bigger or smaller?
I think he meant that they were too big, but three-handed when people are limping, some of those hands are basically premiums. I'd say just then
Yeah.
they're fine with taking it down before the flop.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, a
So
lot
it's
of
kind of
times
a,
tournament ISOs are a little bit smaller because you don't have rake to deal with.
yeah. But see, here we're going 8 with our premiums. So we're going smaller with our not so premiums.
Nah, I would
No,
still go to 8. And I mean, it
any hand
depends.
I'm
If it's a hand
isoing
that's
is
good
going.
enough to ISO, then it's going to be going to 8.
Like I
Unless I
would,
have
Do you
a
agree with?
reason that I'm doing like a small ISO size and a big ISO size. Like some games I've played where I've done that, but I mean, unless it's a hand that's really likes to go, but there's almost no hand that wants to go out of position multi-way. All right, I'm gonna check. He checks
check, check.
back. All right, we get a king now. I don't love this, but what is his range that checks back? I think that some portion of the time they still have a little bit of ace X, but
I mean,
obviously
he's
it
got
could have
10
10
bigs.
kings. He's got hearts. Oh, yeah, just put the money in then. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I'm putting the money in on the flop with against 10 bigs.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
just put
think
the
that,
money in, whatever. He bets. I mean,
I'm still calling off,
I
to
mean,
be honest.
yeah, I've seen worse do this before. So
Yeah, we
he's
checked
got
twice. He could be doing
2.3.
with pocket tens, pocket sixes. He
I
doesn't
don't know
have
if I love
tens.
it, but he's gonna have some king X here that does that. Do some ace at 5-2. Yeah. Way to go, Mike. You knit.
okay.
Larry 3.0.
Paul, you're up.
Okay.
Let's see. You get aces in the small blind.
I'm going to raise this. You can limp, I guess, sometimes, but
Okay.
I'll raise it. Yeah.
This is a sizing deviation on my part. It's normally 3.
Well, I always go for when I
Sticky villain.
raise
Yeah.
from when I open small blind.
And he calls. It's on you.
Queen 8. With aces against this villain, I think we could probably maybe check back or bet 50-50.
Yeah, checker bet probably is fine, right?
And I'd probably go larger if I bet.
Oops.
I like a bet.
Yeah. Against 2.8, I think I'd raise here.
We go with big boy size.
Mm.
What do you think, Paul? What size would you go? That is a
That
top size
looks
raise.
that looks about, yeah. What's that? 4 times? Yeah. Versus 33%, 4 times. Yeah, that looks about right.
He's never folding a queen here. There's not many draws for him to have.
Perfect turn.
Stack the fucker.
Just go. What has he got? 63 behind. Yeah. Probably 20, but yeah, 15. Probably does the same thing. Shove on the river.
Yeah.
Yep. Well played. Doesn't fold an 8.
Wow. His helmet's extra shiny.
So
All right.
either
I think
way,
you
I
should
think
try
in
to
the
bluff this guy.
way you played it well, I think, but you could just bet flop as well, I think, and
Yeah,
still get
he
the
gets
money.
in
Yeah.
game. He gets a red tag around his HUD saying "Don't bluff."
His aggression factor is moving up pretty high. Not very many hands, but it's starting to get into that realm of it's high enough to start making
Oh
some
yeah.
assumptions. But like you said, even in theory, we can check here or bet. And it worked out, thankfully.
Damn, adjustment, raise bigger in every spot. Hands.
Yeah.
And this is Art. Art, if you're there, you can take this. Otherwise, we will go to Ryan.
Yeah, I'm back. I didn't hear if you called.
Oh, yeah, okay, Art,
Race?
you have sixes in the hijack.
Yeah, race.
And do you always raise sixes in the hijack?
Yeah.
Is that pretty much pure for you? Okay. And you get defended right here. Check.
Yeah, I think we check back.
I check. You said check, right?
Yeah. Think we are done in game.
Yep. I
Yeah,
did
easy fold. Now, hypothetical, he checks to you, Art. What are you doing?
That's a card I'd probably bet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I give up probably. I don't know. Do you make queen seven fold? Like if you bet that, it's possible. But
Yeah.
Jack nine, queen nine. It's like not many combos. You can count it. Maybe it's possible.
Yeah, but we also have we're c betting a lot of our ace high, checking back a lot of our king high. So when that king peels on the turn, if he checks to us, we have a green light.
Yeah, but the way you make EV is by making fold better hands, not just like smashing like solver. If they fold nothing, then maybe not good. It's solver will say EV is very small between bet and check. So you have to decide yourself what to do.
Ryan?
Yes.
Am I saying that right, by the way? Is it Rain or Ryan?
Rijn, yeah, the
Rijn.
second one is the better one.
That's right. I like how Scotty says it. Ryan.
Yeah. But
Limp.
all
You are,
right.
and it was just a button, just a big blind here, no small blind.
Small
Okay.
and a shorty.
High VPIP. So he's probably limping a lot, right? Yeah. 8 out of 11. So yeah, A6 is a little awkward, but I think he still raise it rather than overlimp. All right. He checks to you. Yeah, that's bet like two or three big blinds.
B50 and a fold.
All right. What do they have?
King three offsuit.
Absolute poop.
What a generous feller.
All right, it's bottom of the hour here. I'm able to continue unless we want to call it here after our usual time. Larry,
It's up to you guys. What do you
you
guys
went through
want to
the
do?
whole list.
Well, we'll be here
I'm
tomorrow.
going to call it unless, I mean, does anybody have a hand or two that they maybe have questions on of their own? If not, I'm good to call it.
All right, why don't we reconvene tomorrow?